All right. Am I choppy or is the video coming through?
It's going through.
Okay. Tell me to stop me if it starts getting choppy, okay, guys? All right.
It's choppy for me,
Okay.
but it's always like that.
Are you close to your router? I would get as close. If you're in your house, go wherever the router is, if you can, with your Chromebook and get closer to it. Okay. Also, kill all your other apps that are running on your Chromebook, and you might want to delete a whole bunch of apps from your Chromebook. A lot of people have this problem, and they have a crap ton of stuff running. So, okay. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and record this video, and we'll be ready. So, okay. Go ahead and mute yourself. Somebody's a little bit, okay, everybody mute. All right, here we go. So the thing that you want to remember is in Photoshop or in Photopea, at the very top, there's going to be a button that lets you move things. Now you can see I'm clicking and moving this object. I'm going to click, hold down on this object, move it, bring it up to the next image. I'm still holding down, and I'm going to drag my cursor down to the center of it. And now I don't see it, but once I lift up my cursor, boom, I have dragged the other image in. Now I could do that. If I didn't want to do that move thing and I just wanted to copy and paste, I can hit Command A to select all, Command C to copy, and then I can go over to this one. I'm going to delete what I just did and hit Command V as in Victor to paste. Okay, so I have two files. That is one way to do it if you don't like the clicking and dragging command. All right, so what we're going to do is talk about today is gradient masks and how they've been used in movie posters. I'm sure y'all all have seen movie posters before that you like that have gradient masks. I have a couple of visual examples for y'all, but I think everybody could kind of remember a famous movie like Godzilla movie posters. I don't know if I showed y'all this. There's a really good Godzilla movie poster that shows the silhouette of Godzilla coming through a town. Let me see if I can find it. By the way, Godzilla is probably one of my favorite movies. Has anybody like Godzilla? One of my favorites. There's a really good Godzilla design poster where it has a silhouette of Godzilla coming through a city. And I can't really seem to find it right now, but it was a Godzilla graphic design movie poster. Godzilla graphic design movie poster. Something that was a little, oh well, I can't find it. But we're going to talk about that today and how you can basically make images come through another whole other shape. So without further ado, I'm going to click on the layer at the top and I'm going to add a gradient mask. If my colors are not black and white, I can hit D on the keyboard and it will default to black and white, and then I can hit X and go back and forth. From the top layer, I'm going to select the clipping mask and I'm going to click and drag downward. See, I'm clicking underneath his key and then pulling down, and oops, it went the wrong direction. So I'm going to hit Command Z and I'm going to click on the bottom and I'm going to pull up. And I can see that the image is coming through both. Now, if I hit Command Z and go back and then pull all the way up, you can see that I have both images showing. And if I look over here, and I'm going to use what Parsh taught me last time in class, I think it was Parsh taught me this, is that I have a gradient mask on there, right? So I did that gradient mask on my layer. It's important that you make sure when you try this gradient mask that you're on the layer mask. And if it doesn't work for you, you can always delete it and try it again. So I can now click bottom of the screen, pull up, and boom, I've created a gradient mask. All right, so that is one part of today's assignment. The other we want to do is talk about making complex shapes and having them come through an image. So I'm going to go back to the original picture of this skier, and I'm going to go to File, Revert, or just let's see if I can close it, don't save it, and then this is the one I'll use. I need the skier anyway. Command D to deselect it. I'm going to go back to that Google Paint splatter effect that I was supposed to download from class and see if I have downloaded that. Let's go here. There it is. It is a PNG file. A PNG file can be dragged into Photoshop, and when it is, you notice it has a checkered background. A checkered background means that it's transparent. And we knew it was transparent because when we clicked on it here, we saw that it didn't have any kind of background to it. So that being said, I have it in Photoshop. I'm going to do something kind of cool. I'm going to Command A to select all of it, Command C to copy, and Command V to paste. Okay, there it is. If I got my move tool, I can position it where I want, and I can also hit, if I'm in Photopea, I can go Edit, Transform, or Free Transform, and then I can hold down Shift in Photopea and make it, and have it stretch it out. So now I have that going right there. It's pretty good. I'm going to stretch it out, and I'm going to hit Return.
Can you do that in Photoshop too?
Sure. The free transforming effect in Photoshop?
I guess that, or just like moving it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was able to do that. Because up in the top, I have it. My Photoshop looks different.
Well, the program, most of what I'm teaching you is still the same. Okay. So I have the option to Command A to select all right, Command C to copy, and then I go back to my skier, and if I hit Command, or I'm sorry, I'm using Command keys. Y'all are Control. So if you hear me use the word Command, think Control. So again, that would be Control A selects all, Control C, and then I would go to my other file and I would hit Control or Command. If it doesn't matter, either one. Control V. Okay. So if I have this and then I can hit Command or Control T, and I can click and drag this out. Now that's not going to work in Photopea. If you hit Command T or Control T in Photopea, it's going to make a new tab. That's why I purposely went over here and went to Edit and Free Transform, because I think that holds true in Photopea. All right, so I have that right there. I'm going to hit Return. It's really cool. I got it going as far as a selection. I'm going to turn off my bottom layer real quick, and I'm going to go to Select, Color Range. I'm going to eyedrop that black over there and say OK. There should be marching ants going around the black. Now I can turn that off, come back, turn this layer on, and select this layer. And if I just hit Mask, boom, the image comes through the mask, and it has a splatter effect.
My like layer part isn't showing up.
In what program?
Photoshop.
Perfect. If you ever have that situation where something's not showing up, go to Window and make sure there's a little check beside layers. That means it's visible.
I'm sorry, can you do that again, please, with the like bringing the skier through this mask?
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video actually, and I think that because all I would be doing in the video is just repeating the same step, and I'm gonna keep it short. So I'm going to stop the recording.